Ethan Walker was the kind of man who turned dreams into reality. He built his business from the ground up, an architectural firm that made him one of the youngest millionaires in New York. His life was a polished picture, a wife, a mansion, fast cars, and endless applause. But the truth? He was always running, chasing success so hard that he didn't realize he was losing everything that really mattered. Then, in one brutal year, his entire world fell apart. The economy crashed. His biggest clients backed out. Investors pulled their money. Within months, his company collapsed under debts he couldn't pay. His wife, tired of the sleepless nights and unpaid bills, left. "You've changed," she said before walking out the door. "I didn't marry a failure." That night, Ethan sat alone in his empty office, watching the rain smear the city lights. Everything he'd built, gone. The life he thought defined him, over. He sold his car, moved into a small apartment, and stopped answering calls from friends. Days blurred into nights. Coffee cups piled up beside unpaid bills. He thought about giving up. Until one morning, fate pushed him into a small cafe on the corner of Maple Street, a place he'd never noticed before. The smell of fresh coffee hit him first. Then he saw her. She was standing behind the counter, humming softly while pouring milk into a customer's cup. Her name tag read Lily. She looked up, smiled at him, and for the first time in months, something inside Ethan cracked open. Her smile wasn't perfect, it was simple, kind, real. And somehow, it made him feel like maybe he wasn't invisible. "Rough morning?" she asked, handing him a coffee he hadn't even ordered yet. "Something like that," he said. "Well," she replied with a light laugh, "sometimes coffee can't fix everything, but it's a good start." That became his routine. Every morning, Ethan sat at the same corner table. Lily would bring his usual order, a black coffee and a blueberry muffin. Slowly, she got him to talk. He never told her the full story at first, but she saw the pain in his eyes. She'd share little pieces of her life too, how she'd lost her parents young, how she worked 2 jobs to keep her dream alive. She wanted to open her own bakery someday, she said, a place where people can come and feel okay, even if their world isn't. Her words hit Ethan hard. Day by day, Lily's quiet strength started to mend the parts of him he thought were broken forever. She never tried to fix him, she just listened. And that was enough. One afternoon, as they closed up the cafe, Ethan finally opened up. He told her everything, his success, his fall, his failures, his loneliness. He expected pity. But she just smiled softly and said, "You didn't lose everything, Ethan. You just lost what wasn't real. Now you get to build something that matters." Those words echoed in his head long after she left that night. So he started rebuilding, but differently this time. He took small freelance jobs designing homes for local families. He helped Lily redesign the cafe, making it warmer, brighter, more welcoming. He didn't have money, but he had ideas, and she believed in them. Slowly, they transformed that little cafe into something special, a place filled with laughter, music, and hope. And when the new sign finally went up, Lily and Ethan's Corner Cafe, people started coming from all over town. It wasn't just about coffee anymore, it was about connection. Months later, on the 1-year anniversary of the cafe's reopening, Ethan looked around at the crowd of smiling faces and felt something he hadn't in years: peace. Lily stood beside him, her eyes sparkling. "You saved me," he whispered. She shook her head. "No, Ethan. You just needed someone to remind you who you were." He smiled. "Then I guess your smile did that." That night, as they stood outside under the glow of the streetlight, Ethan realized that sometimes, life has to break you completely before it can rebuild you beautifully. He'd lost everything, his wealth, his pride, his old life. But in losing it all, he'd found something far more precious: love, peace, and purpose.